Warriors of Dominion, Zeus speaks. The battlefield is shifting faster than most players realize. A hidden resource trap is quietly draining energy crystals and stall coins from thousands of accounts, while the smartest players continue pulling further ahead. The worst part: most players don't even realize they're making these mistakes until the event is almost over. Today we're looking at 3 more hidden mistakes that can seriously slow your progress during the spawn of the Dark event. We already released another guide covering the most common mistakes players make, so if you haven't watched that one yet, I highly recommend checking it out after this video. That guide covers the fundamentals. Today, we're going one step further. These are the mistakes that aren't immediately obvious. They're the small decisions that slowly cost you resources, reduce your efficiency, and eventually stop your progression. So let's get started. Mistake number 1, overbuffing your relics. This is probably the easiest mistake to make, especially if you're a newer player. You unlock a relic. You upgrade it. Your titans become stronger. The battles become easier. Everything feels perfect. So naturally, you keep upgrading. But that's exactly where the problem begins. Take the Amulet of Battle as an example. Increasing it to level 15, or even level 30, makes the early chapters much easier. Your titans deal more damage. Battles end faster. Progress feels effortless at first. But eventually, that extra power starts working against you. Enemy scaling becomes much more demanding. Resource requirements become significantly higher. And suddenly, the advantage you created early becomes much harder to maintain later. Instead of saving resources, you're now forced to spend even more just to keep progressing. That's why experienced players rarely overbuff their relics. They simply upgrade them to the recommended level for each chapter. Nothing more. Power without efficiency isn't progress. It's wasted resources. And remember, we've already published complete guides for every chapter on this channel, together with blog guides that show the recommended relic levels and team compositions. There's absolutely no need to guess. Just follow the recommendations. One more important thing. Always pay attention to workshop updates. Sometimes the developers make small interface changes without much notice. Recently, they moved the Amulet of Battle from the bottom of the workshop to the top. It seems like a tiny change, but many players accidentally upgraded the Grail of Generosity instead. One click. Hundreds of energy crystals wasted. Slow down. Double check every upgrade before confirming it. In this event, rushing usually costs more than waiting 5 seconds. Mistake number 2, refreshing the development shop too much. Let's be honest. We've all done it. You're looking for one specific titan, or one totem skill. You refresh. Nothing. Refresh again. Still nothing. One more refresh. Surely it'll appear now. Before you know it, half your stall coins are gone. The development shop is designed to tempt you. But smart players don't chase luck. They manage resources. Before refreshing, ask yourself one simple question. Can my current team clear the next battle? If the answer is yes, go fight. Because every battle gives you more stall coins, which means you'll naturally have more opportunities later. There's another trick that many players completely overlook. If you find a useful Titan card that's cheaper than usual, pin it. Don't buy it immediately if you don't need it. Simply pin it. Finish your battle. Come back. That card will still be waiting for you. This allows you to preserve stall coins while still securing valuable upgrades. It's a tiny mechanic, but over an entire event, it can save hundreds of stall coins. And those savings often become the difference between completing a chapter or getting stuck just short of the finish line. Always remember, refreshing is sometimes necessary. Over-refreshing almost never is. Mistake number 3, not planning ahead, and in my opinion, this is the biggest mistake of them all. Events like this aren't won inside the battles. They're won before the first battle even begins. Too many players simply jump into a chapter without knowing how far they can realistically go. They upgrade randomly, spend randomly, refresh randomly, then wonder why they run out of resources halfway through. Planning changes everything. Before entering a new chapter, know exactly what your objective is. Know how many energy crystals you have available. Know how many stall coins you're likely to earn. Know which relics you'll upgrade. Know which titans you'll prioritize. Every decision should already be planned. That's exactly why we built the Event Optimizer. Instead of guessing, you can calculate your progress before spending a single resource. You immediately know how far you can push, whether you should save, or whether you can afford another upgrade. That removes uncertainty completely. And uncertainty is usually what wastes the most resources. Planning doesn't make the event less exciting. It makes your account stronger. Because every decision now has a purpose. Every upgrade has value. Every resource works harder for you. And that's exactly how efficient players continue growing faster than everyone else. So Guardians, let's quickly recap. Don't overbuff your relics. Stick to the recommended upgrade levels. Protect your stall coins. Refresh only when it actually improves your run. And most importantly, always have a plan before entering a new chapter. Because this event isn't won by whoever spends the most. It's won by whoever wastes the least. Small mistakes become big setbacks. Small optimizations become massive advantages. And over the course of the event, those differences add up more than most players realize. Now we'd like to hear from you. Have you made any of these mistakes? Or have you discovered another trick that's helping you clear the spawn of the Dark event more efficiently? Share your experience in the comments below. Your advice might help another warrior avoid an expensive mistake. If this guide helped you, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications, so you never miss another strategy guide. This is Zeus signing off. Stay sharp, spend wisely, and remember, in Dominion, power wins battles, but strategy wins wars.